Hey, what's up, Chiefs Kingdom? No gray here, tight end for the Kansas City Chiefs. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe to Josh's channel, and don't forget to check out shomfoot.com for more exclusive Chiefs coverage. What's up, Chiefs fans? Welcome back to another video on my channel. My name is Josh, and I cover your Kansas City Chiefs for shomfoot.com and Arrowhead Addict. While the Chiefs have had some great moments in free agency, unfortunately, that also comes with some tough losses. We've got some breaking news about a couple of key Chiefs free agents, so let's dive into it right after this. Ladies and gentlemen, the Kansas City Chiefs received some disappointing news yesterday. According to NFL Network, veteran wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins is heading to the Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens are expected to sign him to a one-year, $6 million deal as soon as free agency signings become official. This one stings a bit, but let's be honest, Hopkins' tenure in Kansas City didn't quite live up to expectations. The Chiefs acquired him at last year's trade deadline, hoping he could fill in for an injury-plagued wide receiver core after Rashee Rice went down. But Hopkins struggled to make an impact, finishing the last 2 months of the regular season with under 100 receiving yards, including the playoffs. Many of us kept waiting for that breakout DeAndre Hopkins performance, but it just never came. The reality is, Hopkins isn't the same dominant receiver he once was. We've seen this before. Look at Julio Jones when he went to Tennessee. Once receivers start to decline, it often happens fast. Ultimately, while losing Hopkins isn't ideal, it's not a devastating blow. Baltimore seems to believe he can still be a difference-maker, but I'm not convinced. The Chiefs were never going to offer him a big role, whereas the Ravens are more desperate for receiving help. It is what it is. Good luck to him in Baltimore, but I don't see this move shifting the balance of power in the AFC. Now, this next departure is a much bigger deal. Chiefs free agent safety Justin Reid has agreed to a 3-year, $31.5 million deal with the New Orleans Saints, with $22.5 million guaranteed, per Ian Rappaport. Reid has been a key leader on the Chiefs' defense since signing 3 years ago to replace Tyrann Mathieu. We all know how much of a heart-and-soul player Mathieu was, and Reid did a great job stepping into that role. Last season may have been his best in Kansas City. He was a tone-setter on defense, brought leadership, and made big plays when we needed them most. Losing Reid is a significant hit to the Chiefs' secondary. Looking at the contract the Saints gave him, I can't help but wish Kansas City found a way to keep him. If they had, safety wouldn't be a major concern heading into the draft. That said, the Chiefs have been preparing for this. Last year, they drafted Jaden Hicks, who could step into a bigger role now that Reid is gone. The reality is the Chiefs are in a tight salary cap situation. After signing players like Jalen Moore, Christian Fulton, and Elijah Mitchell, Kansas City is still over the cap and needs to clear space by tomorrow. The franchise tag for Trey Smith is a major factor, and unless they work out a long-term extension for him or restructure Patrick Mahomes' contract, their flexibility is limited. Reid's departure shows just how tricky the Chiefs' cap situation is. If they had the cap space, I believe they would have tried to keep him. Now, the Chiefs may need to add a safety in the upcoming draft unless they bring in another veteran in free agency. Overall, Chiefs Kingdom, it's tough to see these guys go. DeAndre Hopkins may not have lived up to expectations, but Justin Reid was a key part of our defense. Both players found new opportunities and got paid, so props to them. What do you think about these moves? Do you think losing Reid and Hopkins will have a big impact, or is it just part of the business? Let me know in the comments below. Before you go, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so more Chiefs fans can find this content. Also, check out my work on shomfoot.com and Arrowhead Addict for more in-depth coverage. That's all for this one. See you in the next video, and as always, go Chiefs!